can't even walk. Don't worry. Just.
Boy, there's like a whole week of comedy material right there with just the sheet.
I need it. I gotta sit down and write some jokes this week.
Oh, I got a lot going on, boy. Brand new, not a new cowboy jersey. It's just an old one. But I tell everybody. So
who is it?
He don't play.
Newman. Okay.
Yeah,
he doesn't play. He doesn't play for
him no more.
Okay, right.
So I just tell him it's actually an old jersey, but I just tell them it's a throwback.
Okay.
And I said, man, that's the coolest because they'll think I'm cheap. I actually got it for $5 at Goodwill, but I wasn't gonna tell them.
That's a nice jersey. Give it $5
I
at Goodwill.
I'm telling you, it's still.
You sold me.
I'm telling you right now, and it even had the the little tag thing still attached to it.
Well, that's good.
That's what blew my mind. Well, anyway, don't let me forget this, boy.
Just real quick, George.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not staying for training tonight, but if you can let everyone know there is training Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay, very good. Thank you. We should have had that should have come across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Well, like.
This is the most pre-activity before a show.
Oh, boy.
Ever.
They like the weather thing. It should have beat, and then our journey gave us that warning. So anyway, okay.
All right,
we're close. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad Didn't Work, You Wrestle. Hear the claps. You know what time it is, George. How was your weekend? I like how it got really quiet.
Yes.
As soon as we get quiet, so like, oh, we'll just shut up now.
Hey.
So I'm surprised that since we're talking now, people are talking in the background and having the shotgun microphone pick
Well,
up.
listen,
Because when they talk over there, it ruins the show.
Well, listen, we are always prepared. There was an old, it makes me think about you every time I hear it. There was an old preacher one time that said that you better be able to pray, preach, or die at any moment. Okay? And now, well, why that makes me think of you, but in other words, we're ready.
Yeah,
okay?
always.
At any time, we're a drop of the hat. We can close our eyes and then sprout out into the great comedy team that we are. So
I told you I felt like a youth pastor a couple days ago because somebody just wanted to dump their problems onto me, and they just wanted somebody to listen to those problems. And I told you, if that's what pastors have to deal with, I'm surprised there aren't more stories of pastors blowing people away in churches left and right. So,
boy, I don't know how. Seriously, I totally mean you on the same page there. I couldn't do that.
I don't know how pastors do it. Just sit there and listen to people's problems when they've created the problem themselves.
And what's funny, it ain't like very Bob Newhart-ish where someone's paying you. Now I could
That's
almost
a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I could actually well, it'd still be hard, but knowing I was getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Those guys are in six figures.
Exactly.
I know one guy who's got a very nice life.
So see, I could listen, but poor pastors are donating their time, and if it's anything like the conversation that you had, oh my goodness, I'm just upset.
Now I understand Joel Osteen. Okay, like, I finally.
I know.
When you think about that position, see, screw these people. I gotta listen to everybody's problems. Yeah, screw them. I don't want them in my house.
I'd get on the boat too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Get off my ark. You know what I'm saying? Joel
Listen to
Osteen,
me.
you know?
That is such a good point to start off this show. Remember I told you that time that I used to pass Jim Crockett, who the owner of Jim Crockett Merchants, I used to pass him in the hallway, and it would just be me and him, and he never would even say a word to me. And then one time I actually saw him at like this adoption dog show when I took little George at a very young age, and we had the greatest conversation in the world. And so I realized right then, after getting into wrestling and dealing with wrestlers, now I went back and apologized to him because I just thought he was stuck up and all that. But after dealing with wrestlers, I know why he walked through that hallway and didn't say a word to me at all. So, oh yeah, put me on that boat. Well, I'm just telling you right now, put me on that boat, away from him. Anyway, great week. Bullet, thank you so much for asking as we kick off another great show. Bullet, I want to give a special thanks to my buddy Jason up in Hickory, National Guard Armory. Bullet, this is one of the last few hot, very Mooresville-ish just armories.
Yeah, we're turning the corner. We're turning the corner for all these armories to be cold.
Exactly.
As opposed to them being hot, we can lose a little bit of weight.
I even told a couple of wrestlers, when you've talked about here, I told a couple of those wrestlers that night that was kind of complaining about being hot. I said, the flip side of that is I would much rather wrestle in a hot building, we've talked about that, than a cold one.
Absolutely.
I hate a cold building.
1000%.
I hate that. So anyway, thank Jason, a great show you had there. He's got a lot of good guys. Of course, the great water. I gotta tone down my water jokes. I was saying this was the greatest water since Noah's flood, but seriously, I've been serious out of respect. I gotta tone that down a little bit because a lot of people, and we're praying for them in Texas and all that. A lot of true flood victims, Bullet. So I don't anybody think I'm making.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And please don't think I sided with Joel Osteen for kicking people out. Okay, I feel like people understood that's a joke, but I don't know so much anymore. After this past weekend, I was very alarmed by something. I was being a bad guy heel, and I said some very awful things to a crowd, and. I was clearly the bad guy and painted myself to be that, but I think people actually think I'm a bad guy. Instead of me being a bad guy, they actually think I'm a bad guy. And it's really bad that there was this guy who was like chanting USA, which I thought he was cheering for the babyface, but no, he's cheering for me as the heel. Very disturbing for me. That the way that you root on a heel in that situation that's playing those lines, when an entire crowd is going no justice, no peace, you chant God USA, USA, and you're doing that as to provoke or to cheer on a heel. That bothers me.
It is just hard. I mean, you talked about this past week. It's just hard to get people to hate you nowadays. I mean, seriously.
No, it's actually pretty easy. It's actually very easy. I could give you the handbook on it, but getting people to understand that you're not being sincere, but you are playing a character. That is the harder part. So.
And see, with me, it's when they cuss me out, call me every name in the book at ringside, but then when I'm at my table, they always circle around and come back and apologize. And tell me.
I called everybody cheap in Winston-Salem because literally all those kids came over and they had torn up my table, and even the parents said, we can't buy anything, but you can look at all the masks.
I hate that.
So the dads were instructing the kids how you pick up every one of the masks and displacing all of them. So when I get the opportunity to talk on a microphone, I called everybody cheap. And know what happened after that? Everybody's billfolds opened up.
I love that.
I saw at least a 500% increase in merch sales afterwards.
Boy.
So like,
I love that.
I learned it from you.
Yes.
I learned it. Actually cut the promos if I was you. Actually, all of my promos are just you.
I love that.
Playing you.
Oh boy, what a great honor!
Let you know.
What a great honor that I'm secure in knowing that the torch has been passed. With insulting people.
Because you taught me that.
Yes.
If you insult them for being cheap, they will go over to your merch table and buy something out of spite.
That's exactly right. Just to show you that they're
God bless those people in Winston-Salem.
I love it. I love it, Bullet. And that was this past weekend for you, right? That was a show where, that was where the guy paid you early. Remember? We should have. Man, I kind of like that. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. Of course, this week. I want to put a quick plug in for. It was called Way of the Cross Baptist Church. I was invited. I came this past yesterday. Matter of fact, Labor Day. They had a great Labor Day. What's so ironic about everything is the pastor of this church, Sergeant Robert Moat, used to be the sergeant at the Kings Mountain National Guard Armory.
Okay.
Bullet. So it's just I've known him forever, and so a good connection there. They had a great. Well, everybody has a hot dog on Labor Day, but this church really, when they grill them things out, Bullet, to where they're perfect. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So I got to stay, hung out, a great time of just singing and ate hot dogs. Didn't really want to leave, but when they were cleaning up the grill and everybody's leaving, and I was about the last one there, I thought I probably should. So I just want to thank them for having me there. Of course, quick plug, if you don't mind, Bullet. This is the show that's causing all the controversy. Bullet, biggest question in wrestling right now is not, I don't even know what's going on in wrestling now, but will any of these guys be at this show? That's the biggest question in wrestling.
That's always the question about your shows. Those are always
I could easily do this, Bullet, okay? I could easily say, ladies and gentlemen, please come to this event, okay? Because it could be that. So, anyway.
That would not be false advertising. The other side.
That's what I'm going to start doing. Guess. Oh, I got a new tag. Guess who's going to be at this show in Concord, Bullet, that way. Oh, I like that. Let me start doing that, Bullet. That way, every show, I can use the same poster. Nobody will know. Oh, Bullet.
I see that white sheet of paper up there.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm just going to use this for every show and just say, folks, guess who's going to be,
we figured out how to run a wrestling show without a wrestling ring. You're still working on seeing if you can run a wrestling show without wrestlers. So,
we already we won't be able to do one without a poster, Bullet. I can use it for every show. So, anyway, great week. I want to give a quick plug for Friday night. I'll be going up to War, West Virginia. I get to wrestle our good friend Brad Thomas, who's going to come down. So Brad Thomas will come down. I'll be sure and tell him you said hey, so we get to work. I love this. A little small town, War, West Virginia. They're going to put the ring. It's like their little city block wide back to school bash. Quit school bash. It's ever bash in one, right downtown. Bullet right beside the railroad track. So we're very excited about that, and that's where I'll be going Friday. So with you a lot this week, Bullet. Man, I want to get a quick note here. There's another, man, Comedy Zone is bringing these guys, they're bringing another guy in here this week for 4 days. Are these guys, is that the thing now?
Steve Byrne will be
Yes,
be
that's
in
who I
town.
heard on the radio.
Steve Byrne,
He's
and
got like 4 days.
Yeah, he's really good. I'm going to make a point to try and go see him over the weekend if I can. Maybe even Thursday night. I might pop in just kind of see. Because he definitely works on his craft. Like, he definitely, as soon as he's off stage, he's writing notes down. He's editing things out. He's changing stuff. He works very hard, and a lot of people don't know how good he is or seen anything about him. He's got multiple specials out.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen, I've really
Showtime,
enjoyed.
big Showtime.
Yeah.
Right?
Steve Byrne, I would highly recommend if you see anything of his, go out and check him out. But then next week is Dave Attell. Once again, I'm giving Comedy Zone dates.
Oh, I know, boy.
And that's why
I'm the guilty one.
That's why I dropped the F-bomb last week. Because why am I giving? I'm not plugging my dates on here. I'm plugging Comedy Zone dates.
Oh.
You know, I don't know why.
And I get it started. I got to learn to shut up because I kind of instigate it.
Well, the problem is I got to MC, so I got to memorize all this, and I'll do 6 shows a weekend where I got to give that information out, and then it just turns into like dropping a needle on a record. So like you just hear me go into the cycles of it.
Well, I don't know what it is, but every time I pull into the parking lot right before we come in here to do this show, is they'll put that every week. Almost same time I hear the big plug for Comedy Zone this week. The guys that are coming in. So anyway, busy week. Are you out of town towards the end of the week, boy?
I will be at Vanguard Championship Wrestling this Saturday. Then Sunday we are doing the roast of Zane Riley in South Carolina. I'm gonna write some jokes for that. And then the week after that will be PWX and this show allegedly.
Yes, so, allegedly. So right here, allegedly this show. So a lot going on, Bullet. If you don't mind, idiot.
We're jumping in there.
Oh yes, please, Bullet.
Head first.
I want to put this down.
Last week we had a lot of ground to sow.
Yes, we did.
This week, short week.
Bullet. Now and we've always made jokes about. We've got which I feel like we've got a very reputable wrestling school here at Rings, High Spots.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But I don't know what it was this past week, but a lot of messages, a lot of phone calls, Bullet, about people that want to be wrestlers who basically have no clue what they're getting into. And so I'm going to sit my water bottle down. It's not going in the idiot bag. I'm going to sit my water bottle down. Bullet, I will need, you know how I am. I had 5 good ones is what I'm getting at. Now these are actually phone conversations, well, one of them, I didn't talk to the rest of them, but actually left messages concerning pro wrestling and their dream to be a pro wrestler. So, Bullet, I will pull out, drum roll.
Okay.
Yes, but go ahead, Bullet. Menu.
Okay.
This is official menu.
That's what I do, Bullet. This is David Letterman.
Yeah, but when I go in a restaurant, I go ahead and write down. I hooked a couple of these when they wasn't looking.
Oh, listen,
so,
I've hooked many of those from Miss Bullet. So.
Bullet, so I love great little notepads, and plus when I go in that a particular restaurant, I go ahead and write my order down and slide it, and it saves a lot of time. Yeah. So anyway, here is tonight. You're Dave Letterman, and I'm the first guy.
Paul Schaefer?
No. The one. No, that was Johnny. We're gonna count.
I'm definitely David Letterman. If you're Johnny Carson.
Oh, but listen, you're David Letterman, and I want to be Johnny Carson's sidekick guy. We're gonna be Ed McMahon. Okay, first time ever, folks. Right here, we got David Letterman and Ed McMahon.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
okay?
I'm definitely the guy that gives a fruit basket to GE.
But top 5, ladies and gentlemen, this just happened over the last 3 days. Okay, number 5. These actually happened, and what I'm going to do is I've always wanted to do this, like a waitress. I'm going to tear this off, and we'll put it in the idiot bag.
Okay, we'll actually have something in the idiot bag.
Number 5, the gentleman, now this is the one I talked to. The guy said, actually called me, I was stupid enough to pick up, because I thought it was a girlfriend's number, but he kind of kayfabed me. But anyway, this guy said that the Dudleys have trained him, nothing wrong with that, but he has nowhere to wrestle. So he wants to know if I could use him. Which I told him no, and he got real mad, but I said no. And
he's like, I thought you were George South. I thought you used everybody.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like, I thought that you were an equal opportunity exploiter.
Bullet. But what did it is, and I even told him, I said, buddy, the Dudleys got your money, and we get you. They got the best part. He didn't like that. Now, if brother hadn't said that, if he'd have just said, I'm looking for work, then I'd probably had him booked on that blank poster.
Yeah.
Okay? But saying that, no. because I know Dudley's didn't train him for free, okay? And so anyway, no, he ain't coming, no, Bullet, okay? Number 4, I'll kill this guy if I find him. This guy actually said, hey, I'm a referee. I need to get some ring time while I'm on vacation. Can you help me? So now, is it that bad, folks? Hey, I'm trying to get a vacation while we're on ring time.
Yeah.
Bullet. Is it that bad?
Wrestling isn't a vacation. Okay?
Oh my gosh!
Like,
so is it that bad now?
Well, and then if getting being a referee is your vacation, my question is like, are you going to help with a ring pull?
That's exactly right.
It sounds
that's
like
the whole thing. You can do all the vacation you want, but are you going to help with the ring? So,
yeah, because wrestling shows for me are the most stressful things ever. So I would run away from them. That'd be the opposite.
So I guess
so this isn't work for you. This is playtime.
Yes.
We don't book playtime.
Oh, exactly. So I guess guys book their vacations first, and then just try to fill in a couple wrestling dates. Anyway,
it's not like telling jokes at a bar. Okay,
yeah, oh, yeah.
You do that on vacation.
Funny, folks, we have not rehearsed this. I know it looks like we have since our timing is so good. But you speaking of bar, Bullet, number 3, this tag team, they even sent pictures. Now you got to understand who they sent this to, okay? They said that we are a top tag team moving to the Carolinas, want to know if you can use us. And we call ourselves Beer Life, okay? That's kind of sissy-ish, but boy, okay. Oh, so my church show, me and you go to work Beer Life in the main event, okay? Brother, what are you thinking, okay? Anyway, no, we're not. If you notice the...
At I am Zane Riley on Instagram or just Zane Riley on Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
I would recommend that you go there, maybe not go to GeorgeSouth.com.
But now, Bullet, if you notice the similarity in all these 3, it's out there. They ain't said one thing yet what they can do for us. If you notice that, it's what can you do for me, which, no. Anyway, okay, I know we got to hurry. Number 2, Bullet, number 2. As we get ready to close out this top 5. Number 2 is, he said, my dad has been a professional wrestler for 30 years. And can you train me? And he even put a little side note in those little gimmick parenthesis things. He even said...
He did air quotes on the phone?
Oh, yeah, he did air quotes on the phone. He even said, I know how to work the left side. That's what brother just told me. Okay. Anyway, I think this guy, if his dad's been a wrestler for 30 years, okay, shouldn't his dad... Unless he knows his dad's an idiot, and you see what I'm saying?
Well,
so
let me say this. I'm going to top him.
Okay.
I'm going to top him. My dad has been a farmer for almost 40 to 50 years, and I know that if you put seeds in the ground, crops will grow. How about that?
Oh, boy, I love that. Oh, I love that. I just, and number 1, as we get ready to close out this show, this was the complete goofiest idiot that I've ever met in my life. This guy wants to call me or left a message, wants to know if he can be a professional wrestler, but he said, I want to let you know that I cannot work a heavy schedule. That's what we got.
We've been trying to avoid a heavy schedule for a while.
Bullet, what? Folks, this just happened this past week. This is true people that I don't know what they have been, they don't have a clue what professional wrestling is going to ask of them, Bullet, which none of them got any return calls because there's no money mentioned, okay? So anyway, that will be, and I've always wanted to do this, Bullet, as a waitress. As a waitress. I can't do it right, Bullet. Oh, here we go. So, Bullet, here we go. Into the idiot bag.
Officially.
Okay?
Officially.
Folks, listen to me. The wrestling community is in deep trouble if that is the top prospects. We ain't got to worry about them getting in the ring and hurting us. They ain't going to ever get that far, Bullet. They're never going to get that far, okay? Anything else real quick, Bullet? People, please, just, I don't want to say be yourself because, Lord, I think those guys were being themselves, but we're all, we give everybody an opportunity, but you gotta start out in the gate. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't shoot yourself in the foot before you get going. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say, boy. And Lord, they got to take a class on how to talk to somebody about being a wrestler before they join a wrestling school. Bullet. So anyway, anything real quick? Anything, Bullet?
No, just as always,
Okay, folks, and if you want to serve up something that you ain't got a need a menu for, what do I do with it, Bullet? If you want to serve up something on your menu list that
that is the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com.
Oh,
and you can read it on vacation with your left side.
Thank you, boy, for saving it.
And you can use it whenever you want.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you for
to
saying
tie it all
that.
back around, and it's available at highspots.com. If you want to know more about what I'm doing this weekend, sort of how this roast is going to go, I don't know. I haven't written any jokes yet. But we'll see. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at ManScoutManning or on Twitter at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Thank you. Man, but we could have used, even I could have said, if you want to enjoy a beer while you're
I was trying to remember all five, and I couldn't pull.
Still saved it.
I can only pull three. I only pull three.
You still saved it.
I only had one Alpha Brain so far, so I can only pull three.
You still saved it.
If I would have had two before, I would have been able to pull all five, and then we could just stop doing the show.
You still saved it.